The Greek government, Greek spokesman, has said that they will present a list of reforms by Monday, the latest. So I would like to know if they informed you about this. And secondly, we can assume that then there will be a first Brussels group meeting. So that will be Friday or even before that. And then that will imply that there is a Eurogroup working group and then a Eurogroup.
Well, we follow comments by spokespeople that are in the public domain as much as you do, so that is the comment I have to make on this one. With regards to the further timetable, as you know, any Eurogroup is called by the president of the Eurogroup, so I would ask you to check with them. As to the Commission's role, you know that we are fully engaged and playing our role as a mediator, both at political level in Brussels and at the technical level for fact-finding in Athens, so the mission are continuing as planned and meetings are taking place. Yes.
So first, for what you said, you haven't received any official information about this. And second, at least you could tell us, because you are part of the Brussels group, let's say, so-called Brussels group, so you can tell us if there is any meeting scheduled at this stage.
It's in the public domain what a Greek government spokesperson says, so that is public information. And as to the meetings taking place, I just confirmed to you that meetings are taking place, and as has been our previous line before, we do not enter into any details of the technical talks that are happening. Any other questions? Ivo, yes.
On Greece again, can you give us an idea about the 2 billion euros that the Commission is going to disburse that were announced by President Juncker? Do we have a specific day when this money is going to arrive to Athens, or there will be on installments, or can you give us some details on all the issue?
I think I will ask Annika to see where we are, but I think that the President himself made already very clear that this is not money that is flowing to the Greek cash, but is European funds money that is linked to certain technical requirements. But please, Annika.
Yes, so like Mina just said, it's not new money. The money comes from leftovers from the financing period 2007 to 2013 and from front-loading of 2014-2020. The rules and regulations and guidelines on how that will be paid out are all part of the relevant EU legislation. So depending on which funds are being tapped, those legislations will be applicable. But I can, if you have questions about individual parts of the 2 billion, then we can talk about that. But it's all part of how the structural and social funds are being paid out.
So indeed, I mean, we're looking for the 2015 time frame, but obviously some funds can be disbursed earlier than others, depending on which fund you're talking about and depending on which technical conditions must be met by the Greek authorities before the money can flow. So that entirely also depends on how fast the Greeks move. That is why we have the process in place that was put in place following the meeting on the 13th of March between President Juncker and Prime Minister Tsipras, which is coordinated by Vice President Dombrovskis and on behalf of the Greek Minister for European Affairs and the technical task force that the Commission has on the ground with a pendant on the Greek side to precisely make sure these conditions are met to get the money flowing fast. Yes.
Thank you. Just a follow-up on this question. Could you remind us if Greece need to co-finance those projects?
Again, that's, I think, part of the conditionality set out in each of the funds that it will tap. But we can look at the technical issues together and on a bilateral basis afterwards.
Okay. Still on Greece? And maybe.
In fact, I had the same question that David, but I remember that Greece was obliged to co-finance only 5% of the project. Is it still going on, this special rule?
I believe the President mentioned that in the press conference following the summit on Friday, and there's nothing further to add to that, so yes.
Okay, thank you, Annika. Is there anything else Greece-related, economy-related that we can help you with today? Doesn't seem the case. Anything else? Yes, Martina.
There is a